Hello everyone, in this video we are just going to demonstrate the analog to digital conversion in STM32F4 series microcontroller in interrupt mode. Let's get started. So in the previous video we just configured the ADC1 peripheral of the STM32F446RE microcontroller for performing the analog to digital conversion. So we just configured this particular PA1 pin of the microcontroller as ADC1 channel 1 for converting the analog voltage signal, that is analog DC voltage signal provided at that particular PA1 pin into digital format, so that we can read the digital value of that DC voltage provided at this particular PA1 pin into equivalent step value using the ADC1 peripheral of the microcontroller. So we configured this in a continuous mode so that every time this particular flag is raised, that is every time when the ADC conversion is complete, that is analog to digital conversion is complete, this particular flag will be raised by the microcontroller hardware internally. So whenever an ADC is complete, that is analog to digital conversion is complete, this flag will be raised and we are checking for this particular flag in an while of empty loop. And when it is high, this particular while loop will be exited and we are reading the ADC1 data register for the equivalent step value of the DC voltage provided at the PA1 pin of the microcontroller, which is configured as ADC1 channel 1. And again the program flow comes inside the while of 1 since the status flag goes low, and only it will become high after the ADC is complete, that is analog to digital conversion is complete. Again this process continues and it will never end because these two lines are written inside the while of 1. So this method of fetching the ADC values inside the while of 1 is called polling method. And there is another method called interrupt method, which is more efficient than this polling method, because here in this polling method we are completely keeping the control of flow of the program within this while of ADC1 SR register. You can clearly see here the program flow is held inside this particular while of ADC1 SR ampersand of 1 left shifted by 1 until the ADC is complete, analog to digital conversion is complete. Once it is complete, this particular while loop will be exited and we are loading the data onto the ADC underscore data variable, that is ADC1 data register value will be loaded into the variable ADC underscore data. Again, since the ADC peripheral is configured in continuous mode right over here, again the ADC starts, that is analog to digital conversion starts, and it will be held inside the while loop right over here until the ADC conversion is done. So if you see these two steps, the program flow is held within these two lines and the program is held mostly inside this while until the ADC is done, analog to digital conversion is done. So this method is called polling and it will keep on holding the program flow until the ADC is done, analog to digital conversion is done. And as I said, there is another method called interrupt method. So in this particular interrupt method, the thing that we are going to do is we are just going to implement a function. Let's take that function to be ADC interrupt, and this function will be automatically called by the microcontroller internal hardware once the ADC is complete, that is analog to digital conversion is complete. So when you enable the interrupt mode in this particular ADC program, that is when you configure an interrupt flag to be raised whenever there is end of conversion in this particular ADC module or peripheral, this particular interrupt subroutine or interrupt service routine function is called by the microcontroller internal hardware, and inside this interrupt subroutine function, we will be doing the same process that we have been doing right over here in the polling method. So here we are just reading the data register value of ADC and loading them into a global variable ADC underscore data. So we will be doing the same two process inside the interrupt subroutine function. So I'm just copying these two lines and I'm pasting it inside the interrupt subroutine function, and here I'm just commenting these two, and as soon as the status flag is checked, I'm just going to manually clear the bit number 1 of SR register. So this is for a safety reason. Once on checking whether the first bit of SR register is set, that is EOC bit is checked, I'm just clearing the bit by writing 0 to it, and after that I'm just reading the data register. So for enabling the interrupt, you just want to enable the end of conversion interrupt in the control register of ADC peripheral of the microcontroller. In addition to it, you just want to enable the nested vector interrupt controller for ADC in this particular microcontroller. So for that purpose only, this KIMSYS driver that has been imported will be useful. So KIMSYS drivers are meant for ARM processor inside the microcontroller, and the startup file is meant for the microcontroller startup. So for finding the name of the interrupt subroutine or interrupt service routine, interrupt subroutine or interrupt service routine, just open the startup file right over here and search for Control F and search for IRQ. Sorry, not this one. You just want to open the .s and search for IRQ. We can see here the external interrupts available in the microcontrollers listed right over here. So WWDG IRQ handler is useful for fetching the completion of watchdog, window watchdog, and similarly we have various interrupts for various peripherals of the microcontroller. So in our case, we are just going to use the ADC IRQ handler right over here. So this is the IRQ handler which will be implemented as soon as the end of conversion is done and interrupt is enabled in ADC peripheral of the microcontroller. For all the ADCs, this is the only interrupt handler. So I'm just copying this and I'm going to replace the name of this particular rough function with this particular name. So unlike other functions that you define and use in the C program, you need not define this particular IRQ handler, because this particular IRQ handlers right over here in the startup file are available by default in this microcontroller. So this is a special function, that is interrupt subroutine or interrupt service routine function, which will be called whenever an end of conversion is happened in an ADC module of the microcontroller. So we have implemented the interrupt subroutine function and we have read the data register value as soon as the ADC is complete, that is analog to digital conversion is complete inside the IRQ handler of ADC. Now we are in need of enabling the interrupt mode in control register of ADC. So that can be done by opening the user manual, CR1 register, control register 1 of ADC, and here you can see the bit number 5 right over here is EOC IE. So let me just move to that particular bit. that is nothing but end of conversion interrupt enable bit. So interrupt enable for EOC, interrupt enable for end of conversion. So when you write 1 to this particular bit number 5 of CR1, the end of conversion interrupt will be enabled, and when you clear this particular bit, the end of conversion interrupt will be disabled. So I am just going to perform this before the start of ADC conversion. ADC1 CR1 EOC IE is enabled, and following that we just want to enable the NVIC enable IRQ handler. That is, we just want to enable the nested vector interrupt controller for the ADC peripheral of the microcontroller STM32F446RE. So NVIC enable IRQ. So this particular API can be used in the Keel Microvision IDE by default for enabling any peripheral interrupt of the microcontroller. So inside this, you just want to pass the IRQ handler number which you want to enable. So in my case, I'm just going to type ADC underscore IRQN. So when I write like ADC underscore IRQN inside the NVIC underscore enable IRQ, the ADC IRQ handler will be enabled. So this is done inside the ARM processor, and this is done inside the microcontroller STM32F446RE. So that's it. So now what happens here is, after all these configurations, once the ADC is complete, that is analog to digital conversion is complete, automatically the hardware inside the microcontroller will call this particular handler ADC underscore IRQ handler, and this particular function will be executed once, and following that it will come inside the while of 1 again, since this is an infinite loop. So after all these configuration lines are executed, the program flow will be held inside the while of 1, and once the ADC is complete, the ADC peripheral will interrupt the processor with an ADC interrupt, that is ADC IRQ handler, and what are all the lines that is written inside this particular IRQ handler will be executed only once, and again the old process will be resumed in the program. That is, the program flow comes inside the while of 1 and it will be stuck here until the next interrupt occurs. So we have provided an empty loop right over here, so that the program will be held inside the empty loop until the processor is interrupted with the ADC interrupt. So without even bothering about what is happening inside the program flow, that is inside the while of 1, the ADC value, that is ADC underscore data variable value, will be updated with the ADC data register value once the ADC is complete, that is once the analog to digital conversion is completed in ADC1 peripheral channel 1. So this is called an interrupt method, or interrupt subroutine method, or interrupt service routine method of fetching the ADC values. So I'm just building this project. The build is successful. I'm just dumping the flash by clicking on the download icon right over here. Sorry, I have not connected the ST link. That is the Nucleo F446RE. Now I'm just going to dump the flash. The programming has been successful. Now I'm just moving to the debug view by clicking on the start or stop debug session icon right over here, or Ctrl plus F5 in the keyboard. Now I'm just running the program by clicking on the run button right over here. You can see my Nucleo F446RE PA1 pin is connected to 3.3 volt pin of my Nucleo F446RE development board. So the ADC data variable is updated with the maximum value 4095. Now I am just connecting the PA1 to ground. You can see I'm getting the minimum value, and when I remove that connection also, you can see the ADC data variable value is toggling its state around 1022, 900, etc. So this is how the interrupt method can be implemented in the ADC peripheral of the microcontroller for fetching the ADC value that has been processed. So you can use this particular interrupt mode for improving the efficiency of the program that you are writing. So in this particular polling method, you need to keep on use the while loop for holding the program flow, but in this particular interrupt method you need not do that. So only when the ADC is complete, this particular IRQ handler is called and the data register value of ADC is read. So I hope you learned something new in this video. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.